Today, on this episode of Reality Gays.
Forget London, there's a werewolf in Bulgaria.
Something you don't think you're going to hear in the delivery room. I will die for you!
And Poodle shares a fond childhood memory that stops the show.
Roll it, Christina!
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiance.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Fiance.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, gays. Let's love.
So my father says that there is this monastery where women who could not get pregnant, they came here and they prayed. And after they prayed, they got pregnant.
Were any of them 50?
No.
I know. It's wonderful.
We'll never stop
Wonderful.
watching. Y'all, this is a Darcey Stan podcast. This is Reality Gays, and I'm Maddie.
And I'm Poodle. And we're two ridiculous homosexuals who love nothing more than tearing reality television anew. And I don't know how anyone could not watch these segments and not also cringe, but just root for the comic gold that we get with this outfit to go boar hunting.
Boar hunting, yes. And
Have you ever been boar hunting?
I haven't, but can I finish our intro real quick?
No.
Especially our favorite obsession, TLC's Happily Ever After. This is season 9, episode 9, Shaken, Not Stirred.
Part 2. Yes.
Part 2.
So
Back to boar hunting.
You've never been boar hunting. I went one time, or hog hunting, as we call it.
We called it hog hunting. I mean,
hog hunting.
I think y'all have more than we do, but we do have them, and they are mean as fire. They are
You
mean.
sound like a really formidable hunter, but they are just mean as fire.
They are. They'll gut you with them tusks.
They gore you. Yeah. You have to, and this is trigger warning. This is very violent.
For animal violence.
Yeah. They have to stab them in the throat.
And they bleed
to
out,
kill
right?
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
Hopefully you eat all. Sometimes they're overpopulated, but yeah.
Dude,
But I don't think Darcey is ready. I also don't think she knows what the father does with the boar. What do you think? How do you think
She thinks that they see the boar and then they play tag. They like just chase the boar. She's like, get it. And they tag, they slap his little ass and he goes, and she's like, how cute. Literally.
Yeah.
If she was there, she would go into she'd have to go to a mental institution.
I know. I don't think she's aware of what's happening.
No,
Indeed.
I don't think she
This is Happily Ever After.
Shaken, not stirred. Big news, y'all. Chantel, our interview, it's up. We actually, kudos to our producer, Christina, because we did that interview at noon.
She turned the beat around.
Love to hear percussion.
Yeah. Really quickly.
By 2 hours later, that shit was out. And
It's a great interview. If we do say,
It
if
really
I say
was.
so myself.
I know normally some sissies, I don't know if some of you out there have shaded us in the past for, quote, playing nice or, quote, not asking investigative questions. And I thought we got some. I thought we kind of dug a little bit and got some good stuff
answers.
out of this. Yeah, there were some things I was surprised.
We
did not
didn't
expect her to talk about her family like that.
I did not either. I think she was very forthcoming. She's a very different Chantel than we've ever seen.
We're here for it.
I think it's because she seems lighter. She seems more, now that she's dating women.
She's in therapy.
Dating Ashley. She's in therapy, y'all.
So
can you imagine? That's got to be rough. You kind of talk to her and she kind of then she's like, oh, I never thought about that before.
I actually feel like Chantel would be a wonderful therapy client, actually, because I think Chantel has been so, especially after listening to that interview, what I realized with her is, oh, you've never really thought for yourself because no one's ever let you.
She talked a lot about
the family around you, even Pedro, like no one let you think for yourself.
And you were always worried about showing up and being about appearances. You were showing up and being the best because you were coached to think that appearances mean everything, and you're representing your family, and it was really stressful.
And those kind of clients are actually really wonderful to have in therapy because it's like the first place where they feel like they can actually emotionally play in life.
Yeah, well, good for her. So, I'm really happy for her. It was a great interview. She was very forthcoming. I was kind of surprised, actually. I thought she'd be pretty evasive because anytime we've talked to her, she's been quite evasive.
Yeah. She keeps it really close to the chest. So, I would buy her a Keep Going hoodie, a Keep Going Queen hoodie from our merch store, Poodle. But when would I have to wait to buy that? When would I have to wait to buy that?
You would have to wait until September 8th.
Oh, okay.
To start your pre-order. And then if
can I buy it forever? Can I wait 3 years and buy it?
No, you can't. You have until September 22nd.
So you're telling me that I can
life cycle of a cicada.
A cicada, yes. So I can only buy merch from September 8th to September 22nd on shoprealitygays.com?
That is righto.
Okay.
And also for this drop that we're doing, we're dipping our gay toes into a pool. And things will be, this is the first drop of this with 5 items that we're selling. Actually the Reality Gays, Shop Reality Gays is selling.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't tell you what those are. They are a Keep Going Queens. You did it.
No,
you?
I didn't. No, okay. Go ahead. Just the way you said it. And I can tell you what those things are.
Y'all, this is just flows so smooth. They are a Keep Going Queens hoodie, a Sissy Squad t-shirt, a If You Can Dream It t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. I got to turn my air on when
you reality. Fine. You could have done it at the beginning, but that's okay. A Reality Gays mug, as well as an I Can Tote It tote bag.
And did you mention the butt plug that says, "Hey boys"?
That's coming in the second drop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We're very excited. I think what kind of the colors are so cool too.
They are.
We like the fonts. So yeah. Actually, I had problems with the fonts they gave me, and so I finally after 3 tries, they're like, "Take this, queen."
Yeah. Even one thing, Jake was like, "We could go back, but I don't know. I've said a lot already. Do we just need to say we like it?"
I've already given them so many notes.
Yeah, we just said that's great.
And they were little like, we just want to we want this to come from them, so they're suggesting things. And I was like, I want something that looks like this.
I mean, bless their heart, they had an actual designer, some guy named Todd. They walk in, they said, "Okay, so for Reality Gays, they want on a shirt, they wanted to say, if you can dream it, then you can cream it." And then that got shortened to "if you can dream it."
Yeah.
Because if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you
All
know.
Right. Anything else?
Just a couple. You could listen to the first show to get a lot of the other things. Seeking Sister Wife coming in September, season 6, I believe. Toe coming. This is going to be Toe. This is Toe. Toe is coming after Hunt for Love ends its 2-part tell-all, and that's coming September 8th. Love is Blind UK has finished up. It was a riveting season. We haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure.
Though.
And also, but during the reunion just happened. You're listening to this. You're listening to this on Monday, probably.
Monday. Mm-hmm. So
and the reunion aired on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Love is Blind OG, the US version, season 9 coming October 1st, and then Selling Sunset coming October 29th.
We will be dropping
going on.
Yes, in anticipation of Love is Blind US, we will be dropping season 7, Washington, D.C., of just wretched men. But we had fun talking about it. We will be dropping that, probably 2 episodes in one. We're going to combine 2 episodes just based off scheduling. Yeah. But we're going to drop all those so you can listen in anticipation. If you're iffy on the Love is Blind train, you're like, what is this show about? Gives you an idea.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Are we ready?
I think.
Let's do it. 10 minutes. Love it.
You know, technically we started a minute late, so we did it in 9.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. No one gives a shit.
No one gives
Actually, they do kind of give a shit about this because y'all tell us the announcements take too long and you shame us.
Let's start with Brandon and Julia. And y'all, if you haven't seen Big news. Literally, her belly is the big news is in her belly.
they are pregnant. I guess it's hard to hide. It kind of does. It does take the wind out of the sails. For me watching this because I'm like, well, you're going to do the surgery because you end up getting pregnant.
Yeah, well, I don't think they could have hidden it for long because what if she gives birth before the end of the season? Mm-hmm. So it could have it's the problem with reality television, especially that when you film it in advance, these pesky things like gestation being 9 months. So
should have waited
it's not
10.
on their shooting schedule.
Should have waited 10 like you did.
I wouldn't come out. I wasn't ready. I wasn't yet ready to make my appearance.
His mother was pregnant with him for 10
I was
months.
Still writing my script.
If that's
how I would come out.
If that's not a metaphor for the rest of your life.
Not yet. Not quite 10 months, but I was 3 weeks late. Yeah.
I bet your mother was miserable.
I'm sure she was. God, you should have seen my body before children.
Because back then, now they would induce someone or do a C-section. But
for
back
sure
then they
would induce. Yeah, for sure. But she wanted it all natural, all everything. My brother came right out, and I was 36 hours in labor.
And your brother was like 2 hours?
Yeah, and he came early.
I'm gonna let y'all analyze that. Let's keep going. But now,
yes, we're happy for them. I think I'm just my one thing was I'm hoping she's doing it for her and because she wants to, not just because some man wants a baby.
You know, I don't get that from this because I get with Brandon and Julia is kind of an overarching. I think you see it here. I actually think I don't think Brandon's doing a bad job of supporting her. I don't know if he's doing a great job only because he doesn't know the words. I do think he's really trying his best, but I do think it's hard in that
he's just too judgy.
But I was going to say, I know this is a big Julia. This is a huge thing, and Julia's right. That's scary going into surgery and all this, but I think it's hard to live with Julia in some ways because whether it's you ran out of eggs or I'm going to have not her eggs, I mean like chicken eggs,
right.
Or I might have to have a surgery so we can have a baby. She's going to kind of have the same anxiety reaction things. And I think that's ongoing.
My thing is his comments like, well, let's just try to be positive.
And that's not helpful. Like he needs to... Yeah, but I get it. I get
that comes from the way he was raised by those two parents.
It's the way he was raised, and I do feel like it's this way of how do you validate her experience? But also he's right though. Julia jumps like 5 steps to things, and and completely jumps the gun on this with her anxiety.
What needs to happen is there needs to be some give and take about he can validate what she's feeling, but at the same time say, he can't spend the rest of his life calming her down. And so she needs to find either some way to handle her anxiety.
Because the things where he says, he basically says, let's do it one step at a time and we'll worry about that when we get there. She is worried 5 steps ahead. That's hard.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I get really triggered by, let's all be happy. Let's be positive.
Did someone say that to you in life?
Totally. All the way from growing up. Let's just everyone be happy.
Yeah.
Let's everyone put on a smile.
Yeah.
Anyway, the word for scramble is first cranberry, then cramble, then Julia corrects them. And also the parents are playing Jenga, which they probably think is like a wonderful thing. Reminds them of Tetris, probably.
What is, I'm trying to sing the Tetris theme and I can't, what is it? It's,
if you wouldn't have asked me, I could have told you. Fuck.
Isn't it a piece of classical music?
Song. It's not a piece of classical music.
Didn't I get some rights-free music shit or something like that? So they didn't have to. Have you ever watched that movie with the gay guy or the straight guy, or I don't know if he's gay or not, but the cute butt who was Elton John? Taron Egerton. There's a movie about Tetris. It's supposed to be real. I don't know if it's good or not.
Dun 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 ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. It sounds like almost like a Russian folk song.
Did you love Tetris?
Oh yeah, playing on my Game Boy.
I didn't get a Game Boy. I never had one. I asked for it.
Why didn't you get one?
I don't know. We had a Nintendo, but I never got a Game Boy.
Buy your love at this time because he was going through a divorce.
That's true.
Oh,
that's true.
Exploited that.
Oh, well. So yes, they're having breakfast and Jenga, which makes Poodle nervous.
It does. The things are going to fall all over the table.
I know.
I actually don't mind the small sizes. What I hate are the big things you see at hotels.
It really, he'll
They're
see them.
very loud.
And he just is like,
I can't be in the lobby. I cannot be in the lobby when those are being played.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You might as well just have like a thing of balloons and about to pop them.
I know.
So this is the worst thing for Julia because the parents ask him to talk to Brandon, because she wants them to think everything is fine. And she's like, I texted him, but he hasn't answered. And the parents go, you should solve these problems. Mm-hmm. They're very helpful.
It's interesting. For divorced parents who apparently don't get along, they really like shading on their daughter.
Well, I think it's not even as much she wants everything to feel smooth because these are extremely judgy parents.
Yeah.
And Brandon does the same kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so Julia said, this is the first time he's ever run off like that. And Dad's like, was it because of us?
She's like, yes.
Yes, it was because of what you did. And she even says, I'm disappointed. I will never be number one. And he's always going to choose his parents. And I'm taking a big step for our family, and he will never choose me. So Brandon gets dropped off by Ma and Pa Kettle. And he just walks in, says good morning in Russian. And Mom's like, have breakfast with us, please. No, I need to go change. And Julia's like, no, we're talking before. Not for the marriage. And they talked to Igor a bit, the father. He was like, I was quite stunned by the conflict last night. And the mom, Brandon should have stayed. That was just that wasn't good. That was terrible.
It's terrible.
And so they're talking on the porch. And Julia's like, what happened? I don't even know what happened last night. And she's like, it was the first time that my parents was going to see the house, and you left. He basically says, well, I was tired and I needed to get away. I needed a minute to cool down. And she says, but if we have a baby and have some type of bad situation, will you run away like that again? Which is a really fair question. And it's almost like he kept saying, we had someone else who did this, who was anytime something would be bad, they would leave. Who was it? I can't remember.
There's a
Someone
lot of
is
people
screaming.
that do that.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Julia just says, I just want everything to go smoothly so my parents don't judge me.
And he said, I understand that, but your reaction is not helping either, which is a fair thing to say too. He said, but again, the thing that they're both not really, she's actually starting to do it more. And I think she's learned this at last resort, because he said, your reaction's not helping either. And then he says, you have to relax. You're just making it worse. And that's what Brandon says. Just like you were saying, just relax. Instead of saying, Brandon needs to use more I statements. Like, I would have felt better or more supportive if you behaved in this way. Because I agree. Like, I understand why Julia did that, but her reaction was really intense.
Take the word or take the phrase, you need to relax to anyone out of your vocabulary.
Again, that is a triggering statement to Poodle.
Well, think about it. Is there any nice way to say that to you or to anyone?
I don't think so. No one's really ever said it to me, but I probably wouldn't like it.
No one has ever said that to you?
No, I don't.
Even as a child?
No, I don't. I don't think I've had a hugely dramatic reaction to things as a child. The
what
way
do you
maybe.
mean?
I kept a lot of stuff in, which isn't good either. So
yeah, I was told to relax my whole life.
Yeah.
I was too much.
Doing
too much.
I heard too loud, too much. So I wasn't ever told to relax. I was told to. I was just told to be quiet.
Yeah,
stop screaming.
Maybe you should listen to that.
Maybe you should relax.
Ooh, just then, I wanted to punch you.
I know. I can see it in your face.
It just triggers the fuck out of me.
It does.
It also means your emotion is bothering me. It also means your emotions are.
It's not also. That is what
to me.
No, not also. That's what it means. The core of what it means. It means I can't handle your emotions right now,
and they're annoying to me. Yeah,
and that is, and Brandon needs to learn to understand her emotions more. But in context, like I don't know, I don't know if. Well, I think Julia is more empathetic than he is, actually.
I think that's it. I think the core of this is that there's a part of her that doesn't fully trust him. Because I don't think she would be that anxious.
But, well, it does make sense, though, when as we both said, we were really excited to meet the parents because probably the reason why she gets triggered by Brandon's parents is because they're like hers. They seem to be. Her mother seems to be very involved.
No one's as clingy as his parents, though.
No, but still, I bet it triggers her. I mean, can we talk about drying clothes on the hanger?
Okay, this is so amazing. If you have European parents, you know this. This is a big thing. My mother still says. Because she didn't grow up, they didn't grow up with a washer dryer in the house. And my grandmother still dried her clothes on a line, even when she had a dryer. Because she says, she's like, it just dries better. I don't want a sheet that's been baked in a dryer. To this day, till she died, she dried her clothes.
I bet it's probably
on a
better.
line.
It's probably better on your clothes.
Yeah.
Although
she said I could tell
on your clothes.
She said I can tell. My grandmother would say. But yeah,
really?
you'll find this with like Europeans. They don't have dryers, And
No, I had a friend, their grandma, who what's her name?
Yeah.
Bocce. They called her Bocce.
Yeah.
She did that.
Yeah. That's real. And she's like, it air dries better. And so y'all, this is the big thing. I think they're making we said this earlier. The vow renewal is in Miami. So it's all happening in Miami later. It's all happening, George, downtown. And so they're all going to be at the end there. I guarantee you this vow renewal is the big shebang at the end of this season. So that will be where, and they'll all be there. Maybe Julia will be trying to do a runaway bride.
Even though she's already married.
Even though they're already married.
That is Pete. Thank you for saying. That's kind of what I was trying to say earlier. That is peak Julia, who will freak out and like overreact at this. Well, I don't want to say she was overreacting because she wasn't in this later in this episode with all the medical stuff. But in that case, she will. And the whole time, I feel like I would just want somebody like you there to be like, girl, but you're already married.
You're already married, girl.
But she's going to freak out about the whole thing. You're already married and you did a fucking recommitment thing at last resort, but you're still going to freak out about this renewal.
Yeah, I can see it. So
did they say they're doing it in Miami?
Yeah. That's what the whole point of this being in Florida.
I forgot about that. So the Florida contingency will be there, I'm sure.
Totally. Anyway,
I hope they fight.
She says that's a given. She says she's super stressed about the fertility test and the results. I got to say, the fact that they make you wait a week, I just don't know. Oh.
Well, I guess
anyway.
Especially in small towns, they can't get stuff.
This isn't really that small of a town, though. They have to drive to go to the hospital.
That's true.
I guess it just takes that long. I don't know.
I guess so.
And Julie's like, we're going to tell my parents we have to go to the store and buy fruit or something. So again, I think this is the problem.
Yeah.
And I think if I were Brandon, I would say, Julia, do you think it's helpful hiding all this from your parents? And do you think you'd feel better if you shared this with them? And I think she'd say, no, I want them to think I'm fine.
Yeah. Because then they'll lecture her
Yeah. Because I guarantee you, growing up with divorced parents, she was worried about how her behavior were going to be a barometer for how they were already stressed. And she thought if she did anything, she would make their day worse. They were already fighting.
And that happens when your parents divorce. You don't want to rock the boat anymore.
Right.
Because it's upsetting to you that these two people that were your parents now hate each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she said God,
people really shouldn't have kids. You just fuck them up. Jesus.
Julia says, how are you so calm, Brandon? Like, you've done all this before. He's like, I'm not calm, but I'm trying not to freak out because it's not going to help anything. I understand why. I think he could have said that in a way that says, look, I'm not calm. I'm scared too. Instead of, because the way he talks about emotions is like they're bad.
Yeah.
Is to have an emotional response is a bad thing and it's not going to help anything. So you shouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. So it shames her from even having anything. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what
great way to put it.
So that's why he actually bothers me in the way he responds to her pretty much consistently. And
I think they still need to go to couples therapy and just work on
for sure.
Yeah.
And so, do you notice that they get in and she's the exam room. She's like, "You should sit here. They'll put water inside you." She is just the amount of anxiety that she has.
She's
diagnosable.
Actually, this more than Karen Guillermo, actually, where this gave me anxiety because she's got that people pleaser anxiety, and so it triggers me, and it's constant. Mm-hmm. And I bet for Brandon, who doesn't know who actually has it in a different way, it just manifests. It comes out in a different way for him. But they both kind of have this people pleaser. Oh God, when's the ball going to drop energy?
Right. The doctor comes in, says everything looks great. You got a lot of eggs in this economy. And says, but I did find some scar tissue and a little polyp, but we're going to do a hysteroscopy. We're going to clean everything up. It's a little surgery. Y'all, as soon as they say the S word, she starts freaking out because one of her phobias is to be under anesthesia. Under anesthesia. Under anesthesia.
Oh, eggs and eggs. Yeah.
Because when
water
anesthesia
shooting in my body,
anestasia's riding your dick, you're under anesthesia.
Yeah,
under anesthesia.
Okay.
It's her big fear.
I did it. If I spelled it right, and medical sissies coming. I don't mean this to downplay. I just mean this is considered a minor surgical procedure. So it's minimally invasive. I mean, but it is. There's putting something in the
fact that you're having to put your body. To sleep, though.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's it. Yeah, most people, it's an outpatient procedure that they return home the same day, and in like a few days, they're back to normal. So let's hope that's what it is for her.
And
but
so then,
sissies come at us.
So Brandon basically, she's freaking out, and she's like, I don't want to do it. And Brandon's like, look, it's not going to happen today. It's going to be weeks or months. And then he's like, but they've identified the issue, and we have a fix for it. And like, they've identified the issue that's there, but her emotions haven't changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand he wants to be a dad. I get that. But at this moment, I think you have to care more about your wife.
I agree.
Than you do about the prospect of a child right now. And you're fighting for a child with someone who has a phobia, which is an irrational thing. And then she's like, she's just now making excuses for this.
But he's doing that because you remember from Last Resort and all that, she said originally, she's changed her story about the kids thing. She said she wanted kids. I agree with you. She said she didn't want kids. Then also he found out that she kind of cheated on him when she was in Russia, when they were engaged. So
I got to be honest.
He doesn't trust her.
I think if I was him, that whole thing that they were engaged, I think I would have, to me, I either would have asked more questions about it, or it obviously didn't bother him.
I think both of them both feel like they're not enough. And it's that. Oof. So I feel like that's where he was kind of like, think about it. Brandon's a handsome guy, but I bet he's kind of nerdy. Like he doesn't, we've seen him like I don't think he has game per se.
He could get another woman around Dinwiddie. Trust me. He's an eligible bachelor around there.
Is it called Dinwiddie?
Yes, that's where they live, in Dinwiddie, Virginia.
Dinwiddie.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Run out of names that day?
He could get a local girl. I'm sure it's a surname of someone around there.
Miss Dinwiddie.
Doesn't sound like dimwit.
Yeah, it does.
So they're on the way back, and he keeps saying, I don't understand your decision. We have a way forward. And she's like, look, I'm overwhelmed. And then she says, we need to pull over and talk because I don't want to talk about this in front of my parents.
Okay, my parents can't know.
So
the
anxiety of that, too.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, she's like, this is so hard because you're not the one who asked us to have surgery. And she even said, when I heard this from the doctor in Russia, this basically opened another scar that I thought that I was worried about. So this was actually really traumatic for her, finding out she couldn't have children.
Also, what I would do with a lot of, if I was her therapist, I would do a lot of very gently and at the right moments, I would do a lot of reality testing with her and what are the facts versus the fear.
Right.
Because, as they say in AA,
what's real?
False evidence appearing real is fear. And not that it's false, but Julia made it sound like, and maybe they did, but it made it sound like, she said they said the same thing in Russia. the way she told to Brandon was like they said, "You've got no
told me I
eggs.
couldn't
You've
have
got no
kids.
you got nothing up there. You can't
They
ever
just
have
said,
kids again."
Yet.
They just went yet and just pushed her out the door into a cold alley in a snowdrift.
Yet, baby.
And here, yet baby, yet baby. And so, wow. So
just gave her a bowl of borscht and said, go.
But we see now, we saw what the doctor said. That is not the narrative that the doctor said at all. But I bet if left to her own devices, Julia in a week would convince herself that doctor said that.
Yeah. But she basically, and then she says, I just want your support in this moment. He's like, you have it. And she's like, I just need simple stuff. This is
She's
where
about to have a panic attack.
This is where it is full on irrational. She's
And
an irrational mindset.
I think he sees it and he finally kind of just like, okay, I need to like not provide solutions.
And
I
she
need
says,
to just.
what if I don't wake up? She starts to cry. And she says, just don't press me now. And he just hugs her. I think.
And that's a big phobia for people. That's a huge phobia.
I don't think it's the first time she's had one of these episodes. I bet it is, to be fair to Brandon, which I'm not very often. I bet it is taxing.
I bet it's taxing also, but I bet it's taxing on Julia to deal with this anxiety all the time.
Fuck.
She probably never goes to the doctor because she's scared of what they're going to say.
Yeah.
I'm stressed just talking about it. Can we move on?
Yes. And you know what it's time for?
Oh, what? No.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. What did I just look up?
I don't know.
Never mind. I'll do it live. I don't need this. It's time for Poodle's BB Corner. All uninhibited, raw BB action all the time. Hashtag raw.
Hashtag raw. Hashtag raw.
Y'all, the show got real interesting in last week. For those of you who are playing at home, this is the show that I'll be talking about, the show that aired Sunday night's show, the 24th. You're already hearing this on the September 1st. Probably.
Yeah. What day is it? September 1st. Yeah.
So I'm talking about a show a week ago because we're recording this on Wednesday and I won't be able to watch Wednesday's show until tonight. Last week, in a move that sent many people like me where I could finally exhale, Riley is gone from this house because he was Tinfoil Hattie thinks they may have rigged the veto competition or the blockbuster because it looked weird because I just think they wanted him out so badly.
Maybe.
Because it was kind of weird in the live eviction. You couldn't see Mickey's ball where it was.
Anymore, so sure.
And just from Riley's attitude, I felt like he knew he was going, mostly because he was saying things like, I want to marry you to Catherine, this other woman in there. It's like, I knew we had to meet each other. It was creepy as fuck. And it was starting to get weird. And he was starting to get like he'd been cooped up in there too long. And so I'm very glad he's gone. He's the bull rider from Oklahoma. So your people. I know.
Bye, Riley. Was it cute?
In an inbred sort of way.
I'll be the judge of that. Keep talking.
Yeah. He had pretty hair.
Oklahoma.
And so he got evicted now, but it was a 5-4 vote.
No, not my type.
Now we are splitting. Huge dick, though. Huge.
Yeah, it's got a pretty big dick.
There was a bulge where you could see it on them. Like, holy God.
Actually, he's much hotter without a hat. He does have better hair. He kind of looks like an Oklahoma Pedro Pascal.
Don't do Pedro that way. But yeah.
Did you hear that Pedro Pascal is circling doing a gay movie?
Yes. My spider sense is tingled.
With Todd Haynes?
Yes. I felt it in the air this morning.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I was like, something gay this way comes. So
like
he's
Mama
gone.
Karen. My spidey senses.
And so Rachel basically sent home a big ally or a big person because Catherine did or not Catherine. Sorry, what's her name?
She said I'm a fat person.
A big target.
Take that out, Christina. But I had to say it.
A big target in the house. Loren used the veto on Vince, and that's who she wanted to get out, Rachel. So now, I said before, Vince was playing one of the worst games. I think he has maybe clawed back after all this, and I'm going to talk about that later. He does have a final two with every single person in the house.
What's a final two?
Final two means we're going to the end.
Okay.
With this person. So it's like an ultimate alliance.
Got it.
Final two. And he was just invited to this newly formed judges alliance. And now, and then he just won head of household because he won it on the wall comp. I would do really bad at the wall comp. That's where you have to stand, the wall kind of goes forward and you're to hold on for a really long time. I'd start promising people things.
After your coma, you don't have hand strength as much.
I don't
anymore.
have the same strength.
You don't.
But Vince is now he really wants to nominate Rachel, but he's in that new alliance. He doesn't really know how. But he nominates Mickey, and then Kelly, and who else? Someone's screaming. And Ava. Ava is who's kind of best for his game because of where she's aligned. But Vince, if Vince plays this, the house is almost divided right now. It's almost like a Vince side and a Rachel side. And if they play this the right way, they might be able to get Rachel out. I didn't think Vince would be able to do it. I still have questions about him being able to do it. But the veto's tonight. So we shall see. It is getting exciting. Now, do I still hate almost everyone in the house? Yes. But the game is getting more interesting. This is, for cast-wise, this has been one of the worst seasons.
Well,
yeah.
The auditions are open now. You better get on it, or this is going to be your last season of Corners. I
am saying now I'm more excited to watch. 2 weeks ago, I was not excited to watch.
You're not, no.
Yeah. Because the first couple weeks is about personality. It's kind of learning quirks. There's still, Keanu's still in the house. Keanu, who is weird and keeps winning competitions and is inappropriate with people and pees in the shower. He's still winning competitions.
Who doesn't?
A public shower that everyone uses.
Gross.
I know. But that is my BB corner. Pew, 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 pew. Raw. Thank you.
Welcome.
Now we can move on. I gave you that fun because now we have to talk about Tigerlily and Adnan.
Well, at least there's nothing like horribly depressing in this segment because it's basically just they had a baby, y'all. They had a baby at the hospital. Mom and the baby are fine. Now look, he's a POS, but he does seem very smitten with his son. Like he seems very. I actually thought when he was saying the prayers and stuff to him, that was very sweet to me.
Only because I see your point. Only because it's an extension of him and an extension of his patriarchy.
But I
wonder if he would have had a daughter. Would he be doing the same thing?
I think that as well. I thought that as well. So I thought it was sweet.
That's very cynical, I know, but that's where I went.
But I thought it was sweet, but then I also saw kind of the sickening underbelly of it. The problem is Tigerlily is not going to see it at all, and in this moment is when she convinced herself she's going to convert to Muslim, I believe. To Islam. Yeah, to be a Muslim, yes.
Yeah, I think so
too. I see it in this moment. I think you saw the way she was kind of looking at him through them spider legs, it's like,
and she's so high on all the drugs.
She's like, I'm a bombing mayor, or whatever the way she says it.
Bismillah. Yeah, she would say that.
That's the way she says it.
And he's telling, I watched your surgery. I saw them cutting your skin with machines, big scissors. But she says, and he even says, I appreciated how much Tigerlily was doing. All my issues, I forgot them. And he's like, but then I hear my baby crying and I love him so much. I think you forgot your issues for a week.
For a week.
Maybe 2 days.
Yeah, it's going to come back. Don't get it twisted.
And so then he is doing that thing where he is praying into the child's ears. And I was thinking, could you do it a little quieter? Just maybe a little quieter. Maybe because he has like where he cannot modulate his voice. He always gonna talk like this.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But she says, seeing how devoted he is to his religion and watching Adnan pray for his son is too beautiful to watch. But I'm still not sure it's right for me.
But the nurse says, hey, are we ready to change his diaper? And he's like, after I see him, I will die for him. Of course I'll change his diaper.
I gotta say, it's a little jarring there's a newborn baby on the floor and to hear the phrase, I would die for him. It reminds me of like the movie Omen, the Omen, where the woman who's like crazy, who's like they're taking Damien away, the spawn of Satan.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen the movie, obviously. You've never seen the movie.
I have seen that movie.
And the woman goes, my life for you, and jumps off the roof.
Spoiler alert. It's waiting.
But that's what it felt like for me. It was a weird moment. And I understand. I think it was someone else said it like, yeah, I think I would just die for this kid right now. But it was the way he was, I would die for him. It's just the way he
But then
said
it equivocated with, why would I not change his diaper now?
I would die for him.
So, and he said, I actually didn't think he would admit this, though. He said, I'm scared to be a father. I wouldn't think his kind of machismo would let him do that.
It took a while. I guarantee you they had to push him to do this because now they're doing this awful thing that they do in the 90-Day universe with couples like this is they're backtracking.
Redemption.
They're trying to create a redemption. I don't think it's going to be possible. Or if they give him an edit, it'll be so fake. I think they're going to have a lot of episodes without them. That's what I'm saying. I think the next couple of weeks are going to be pretty unremarkable. He'll be on his best behavior.
Yes, I mean we're not even halfway through the season.
No, but I think we're close to being halfway.
Well, no, I guess they'll do like 17 episodes.
Yeah, we're close to being more than halfway up. We're probably at this episode. We're probably halfway through the season.
Did they do this season on? No, that was
Love. Yeah. And he says, he's like, finally, we have the most important things. Zane and loving.
Zane and loving. All right. Shall we?
Oh, get your voices ready.
Oh.
What's that? Oh, yeah, get me the fuck out of here. Very well.
There are wolves in these woods.
But they only see black and white. All right, Darcey and Georgi. It is funny, like he's sleeping and she's just kind of tickling him like, hey, wake up.
I just liked it that she's been up for 3 hours before this full
just staring
glam.
at him. Mm-hmm.
And she's got her makeup on. He's just waking up and he looks like that. And she's in full beat. And at one point, she just starts playing with his ample boobie.
It was hot.
And he looks at the covers. He slipped naked. And she makes this like cartoon face like, oh, God.
Y'all, it's well known, and we get it.
It's a pork loin.
One of the, he
That
had an
penis
OnlyFans, but never showed it.
It's a pork loin.
It is one of the snake monsters of the 90-Day universe. One of the biggest, because he's from the Dick Riviera.
It's a little misshapen to see when it's soft, but once it's hard,
I think it
is formidable.
Yeah, and don't you think? I think it's beautiful when it's hard.
It's got some phalanges hanging off of it, but it's
you talk about
large.
That he is like a dick hydra.
Yes, it's just, and it's got a mind of its own.
Where are we?
It's big old penis. And Georgi looks down and goes, still there. And Georgi's like, well, I'm still here too. Where would I go?
Where'd I go?
You've been very standoffish. You've been standoffish since dinner last night.
And he's like, well, you share all the things with my mom on the first day. And she's like, well, I felt close to her and I felt connected. I had to tell her my heart.
Trying to open my heart.
It's like, you don't speak the same language. She just sewed a button on your coat.
That's all it takes. You opened your heart via Google Translate.
That is all you have to do. It's just very little for Darcey to open her heart to you.
And I don't understand. Maybe he didn't make it clear. Maybe it was a language thing. But he says, I was gone for 13 years. My goal for the first day was just everything to go smoothly and for them to accept you, not getting into marriage counseling with my parents. That was a really meager ask. And she could not do it.
It was a really meager ask. It was. And she actually said, I apologize.
I would be furious.
I'm glad she apologized for it.
I just want to bond to get closer. I thought there was something she could tell me. We need help in this relationship.
And then we see even like Georgi finally does what she wants him to do. And it's interesting to watch because Darcey can handle it, but only for so long.
She just starts picking at her face.
It produces her anxiety where she's got to either make it about her or she feels like it's her
or start a
fault
fight
underneath.
Yeah.
But he starts saying, I'm ashamed. He's like, I don't want them to worry about me, but I'm ashamed that I'm, they've been married for 40 years. I'm having these marriage problems and
I don't want to look like a failure.
Darcey said, so you tell me these things because you don't want to worry me. And he was like,
he's like, basically,
kinda.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And he said, he's like, if your marriage is a failure, you're a failure. And when I went to the U.S., it was really hurtful for them. And I have to prove to them I made the right decision. And I went, we've known it. We've known it the whole time. But as soon as he said that, I went, that's why this has been like a fucking albatross around your neck the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
What a story for him.
Mm-hmm.
This is an incredible season for him.
It is.
He's really showing up. He never really showed up before.
No.
It's just her dick.
Florian did the same thing his first scene. He was weird, but they weren't either comfortable, but like they're really, it really.
Florian's just weird.
Really just, now though that they both are in this and kind of get it, I'm like, God, I'd love another Darcey and Stacey season.
Guess who's showing up next week? Darce called
Stace.
You want us to come to Bulgaria?
Yeah.
Me and Laura there.
Need your support.
Bulgaria.
Need your support. Need your support. I need to look stats.
The other thing is, are you really going to get her support, or she's going to come in and question everything and fuck your brain up like she always does?
Ding, 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 ding. Although Stacey can talk to Darcey and get Darcey to
that's true,
not spin out of control.
Yeah, that's true.
She's kind of the only person that can do that besides her dad. But she said, they're in the bed. She's like, it's okay. And she says, I think they're proud of you for being successful. She's like, don't put yourself down. We are partners in this, and I want us to get stronger. Let's show them that we have a happy marriage, a successful life here, that we can build something together. Let's let the past go. Let's let the past go. And
I still want to say one final thing that Georgi says, maybe it's the same thing with my parents, that I need to open up more. I'm afraid they'll get mad. And Darcey goes, well, I'm not your mom. I'm your wife.
But
and he goes,
you act the same way.
And she kind of glitches. She kind of goes, she glitches like one of the Westworld robots.
You think I'm your mother? What? What? That's why you don't want me to give you a hand job because I think I'm your mother? That's why you won't let me sit on your face because you're like, oh, mother's sitting on my face.
Yes, I'm your mother.
Now, so yeah, she
makes me feel uncomfortable.
But she's like, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, that's what she said. And he said, I just wish I could be able to talk. And she's like, okay, you're doing a great job. And he says, this is what calmed her when he said, you're doing a great job listening. And that was, she was kind of like, it brought her back.
This was one of the most authentic moments with them that I think I've ever seen. Neither of them are pushing the other away. It's not going to last long, y'all.
I do
But-
understand what Darcey's saying. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
But what?
I'm done.
Oh, I was just going to say, don't you understand, though, what Darcey said? Like, he's always holding back. And we could kind of see it. But it was this scene, like what you just said, this was such a beautiful kind of exploration of Georgi. I went, oh, this is who this guy is. She's right. We kind of have, even as an audience member, we've been at arm's length of getting to know this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, to be fair, this is where he is. This is Eastern European men. They hide behind this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also don't think she gives him any room. Mm-hmm. There is no room. He would have to make that room, and he's not going to do that. But she says, let's have a good day with your dad. Family fun day. I don't know if family fun day, the definition is hunting for boar in the woods.
It is for some people, especially where I'm from.
What is this outfit? It's
Darcey and Jones. It's Darcey and Jones. I'm here. That was a good line when she said Darcey and Jones.
Fringe, but also fur up top, but leather pants.
Leather pants, boots that are not zipped up. We'll find that out later.
The bottom goes, you must lace them.
And I really enjoyed that she had a full-on purse, but then also a little satchel.
The purse!
She had a satchel as well. So there's...
Yeah. What was she putting in the bag?
Probably like heels in case they go eat somewhere or something.
In the woods.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If she sees a photog who is a raccoon, she'll be wearing heels.
Mm-hmm.
So Dad is just staring. He's like, it's going to be a walk. And she's like, well, maybe I could blend in with a boar. And Dad says, well, just beware of the hunting dogs that could come at you.
So they're kind of joking with each other, which is already.
Yeah.
And so.
Did you hear Darcey, by the way? She says, when I lived in California, I almost got lost in the Appalachian Mountains. We need to buy you an atlas, honey.
Honey, they're the Santa Monica Mountains, probably, that you were in.
Yeah, I think she was, probably.
Yeah, I think you were. I mean, not even close. Like, it's, you're from the Appalachians.
Yeah, I am.
Like, it's the others, but sure.
Yeah.
Maybe she was saying, because they used to live in that. Didn't they used to live in that part of the country, though?
No, I think when they were in LA, they were kind of like.
No, I mean in Connecticut when they were on the east. Didn't they live?
Maybe it's not the Appalachians, though.
But I mean, didn't they live somewhere? Maybe she was combining two things in one. Like she hiked in California and then got lost in Appalachia.
I can't process what that brain
I'm
does.
trying to. But you're right. She said what she said, John.
So Georgi does say,
there are wolves here. I hope they're not.
And he's like, oh, they're not hungry. I see some pretty prey.
And that's where the dad says, they only see black and white.
Yes. And then we have the monastery story.
It is, I have to say, this is beautiful country.
Yeah, it really is.
Absolutely beautiful.
I wonder how much is really rural.
I don't know.
Georgi's from a small town. This is not Sofia, the capital. Mm-hmm. So this is small, and it's not even the town they were in.
I'd love to go after this, seeing it. It's beautiful.
There's so much of Eastern Europe that is booming because of just people needing new places for industry and things like that. Maybe not in Moldova, but
no.
But who knows?
Maybe you'll skip that one.
But anyway, y'all, she hears a wolf, and then she's trying to mess with something. She goes, is it a pebble? No, unless it's moving on my leg. Oh, take it off. And so then they see what's called boar track, which is a nice way to say boar poop.
Yes.
Or sometimes in hunter talk, it's referred to as sign. Sometimes you see deer sign or boar sign.
Did you track and stuff like that when you went hunting?
Yeah. I stopped hunting probably by the age of 7 or 8. I never held I shot a deer one time, and it's a very traumatic memory because and then I processing it, I realized I never really shot a deer. My father took the gun and shot the deer because I wouldn't shoot the deer.
But you thought you shot the deer?
And I thought that I shot the deer. No, I replaced the memory in my head. And your face. But it's a very traumatic memory. A really strong memory is me crying in the back of my uncle's like Bronco or something because I just heard an animal, and I could never do that. It's one of the reasons I'm like let the animals live. Sorry to bring everything down. But then I never
Jake stopped the show completely.
And then I never went again. And then I went hunting with them occasionally, and I would just have my camera, and I would shoot animals with my camera. But then I hated that too.
Sometimes in life, you're sorry you asked a question, and
you asked,
well,
and you got a really sad answer.
The show came to a screeching halt.
I'm just hitting you with truth.
Can we just talk about the wolf howl and move on from this?
The wolf.
That's
the wolf
basically
howled,
it.
And then they put out grapes to make where the boar came, where it was shitting, and Georgie's like, I don't want to eat where I take a shit. And the dad said, "What'd you learn, Darcey?" And she's like, "Well, animal poop and family fun time is the best time."
And Georgie says something. She's like, "Translate. Did you translate what I said?"
And he says, "We want to have a house here and come here during the summers." And I don't think Darcey knows that.
I wonder if she did. Did he say that in English or no? No.
Bulgarian.
No, so he said it. Okay. So,
yeah
I
think,
true.
or it might be.
But I actually think Darcey would love that.
But I think it's also he's feeling closeness to his parents he hasn't felt in a while, and it might just be hopeful talk.
I think Darcey she wanted to go do this. I think she would love to have a summer home in Europe. Darcey would love that.
With what money? But yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Doing it big.
with their new album release. I think that's the show.
That is the show, everyone. All right, everybody. It was a good episode. You can go to reality. Sorry.
Hey, isn't doing bad this season.
No.
We're halfway through, and I'm not hating everyone.
Again, like I said,
wait right there, Tigerlily and Adnan.
Wait right there, Tigerlily and Adnan. Again, the Florida contingency is working.
Yeah, contingencies.
What did I say? I did say contingent.
I did let you go by one time, by the way. You said it. You said contingency, and I let it go.
But now you didn't because you brought it up again.
Because it drove me crazy.
So you
the first
didn't
time.
let it go. So then
I didn't want you to keep saying it.
So you just still proved your point. You can't not say something.
If you wouldn't have said it again, I wouldn't have said it.
Y'all, you can follow us on RealityGays.com. On September 8th, you can go to shopRealityGays.com and get our merch from the 8th through the 22nd, only limited time. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We appreciate that very much. If you want to listen to the show without any commercials for your pleasure, you can subscribe to our RRG Plus on the $8 tier. That's patreon.com/realitygays or Supercast. That is realitygays.supercast.com. Or what's easier than Poodle? Apple subscriptions. You just press one button.
Apple subs.
You can't vote in a poll. You can't do shit, but you'll get to.
It's like you live in DC.
Yeah, but if you, yeah. So it's like if you are if you're on the $8 tier, you get all that audio. If you're on the $15 tier, you get the video. And you just had a YouTube live with us yesterday, and it was
yesterday.
It was a live of lives. Poodle was just naked at the end.
Oh, I hope that boy. We're gonna do it on Sunday, and I might that prophecy might be fulfilled.
They better not. All right, everybody, we'll see you next week. Until then, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes, and if you've ever tracked boar with a nice bag and a knapsack.
Why do I feel like this was a role play for you?
Well, sometimes you got to take a lot into the. You need supplies.
I just see you like walking on a trail.
For the boar mask alone.
The boar mask. I could just see you like walking and taking a shit on like the side of a trail, and then going, "They're gonna find that," and then you like move your feet like a dog does after they poop.
And then someone says, "I see his sign," and I go.
If you've been on a sexual boar hunt, then you can call us.